Jake Pazicki with an ACT Science data interpretation question. Now, this question is a little interesting because usually we're used to data being presented in a table or in a graph of some kind, but it's actually presented in a diagram with a key here. So don't get freaked out. The data is still here. We still have to interpret it, but it's just in a diagrammatic form. I'm not even sure if diagrammatic is a word, but it is now. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these diagrams, and we have to look at the key carefully to understand what's going on here. And anytime you have a diagram and you have a key, make sure you look at the key to understand what it's telling you. What we can see is that we're looking at the rainfall, the average rainfall is what the key says, and in the United States. And if we read the little bit of text, I always recommend reading a little bit of text just so you have an understanding of what's going on. We're looking at the rainfall in the United States and how it changed from 1900 to 1980. So with the little stripes, that's where we have 0 to 20 inches of rainfall. Where it's white, that's where we have 30 inches of rainfall average. Where it's this little gray splotchy color, that's where we have 40 inches of rainfall average. And where it's black is where we have 60 inches of rainfall average. So the question's asking us, the change in rainfall in the Northeast between 1900 and 1980 is. So we're looking at the Northeast. We're looking at this geographical region right here. And we're looking at the change in rainfall between 1900, which is this diagram, and 1980, which is this diagram. So is it going to be a 10 to 20 inches decrease, 10 to 20 inches increase, 50 to 60 inches decrease, or 50 to 60 inches increase? So if we look at the Northeast in this diagram, and for the 1900, we can see that it has the white, which is the 30 inches of rainfall. Then if we look at it from the 1900, we see that it's this little gray speckly thing, which is 40 inches of rainfall. So from 1900 to 1980, we see that in the Northeast, there is a 10 inches increase in rain from 30 inches to 40 inches. So that'll give us our answer here of 10 to 20 inches increase because it didn't decrease, and because 50 and 60 is way too much, either increase or decrease. So that's our answer.